Hey there, lads and lasses. This here, of course, is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States on a Wednesday afternoon. It is a little bit past noontime, and that can only mean that it is time for some Generations Minecraft server. And today we will be in the Generation 5 survival world. Welcome on in, everybody. I'd like to start off by welcoming in the mighty OPG himself, One Player Gamer. You should be able to see his auto shout out up there. Please go check out his stream when you get a chance. You'll not be disappointed. Both of us currently working hard in Buffoon Skies, our limited Buffoon Craft series. You're frozen. I'm frozen on your end. You might want to disconnect and reconnect. Try that out. Otherwise, I could be frozen metaphorically, but the weather's quite warm here. Try disconnecting or reconnecting OPG. Also, I got to get my mic out of my face here, out of the camera shot. A little bit more. You're good now. Okay, cool. Maybe your internet connection, one of the nodes there between us or something, is a little less than ideal. All right, without further ado, Alonzi, let us switch over to the display. We'll log right on into the our Generation 5 survival world. Yeah, here we are. And it's nighttime, so let's do this sleeping thing. Why don't we have snowballs in my offhand? Probably because we were happy gassing about. Should be up here. Hey there, buddy. It's hilarious. All right, let's do the sleeping thing. And let me see, that's in my offhand, right? Let's do that. Okay, yeah, back to this place, everyone. So we made a little progress getting this kind of situation. We need to finish that up, though, to get these kind of details in for the landing decks on either side here. So there is that. Let's. I like to begin these streams by a bit aghast back. If I can I reach that down there? There we go. And then we could just survey the layout and we can get an idea of what we're looking at. So I do need to finish up that little corner right there. And then I have to do something with that kind of area right in there. And I'm not really sure I like this here where the wall units come down and attach to that, but I don't really like how they attach up here. So I'm going to have to do a little something about that. Here I just filled it in with a diorite, but I think I'm going to fill that in with copper. Maybe copper stairs. In fact, do I have any copper stairs on me right now? No, I don't. Don't let me forget that, though. Copper stairs, and then I'll do some sort of decorative top for this to merge into. We'll see how that works out. I'm still on 1.21.6 here, and I've been avoiding updating this big time. And so I really need to get around to doing that so I can do something with this. I would like to make these item frames invisible here and just have the small emerald blocks here and maybe switch out these blocks behind them. I'm not certain. We'll have to see what that looks like. But today we're going to at least finish up these details on the sides, get those in place. And I'm not sure about using the warped here for these features for the gassed parking. We'll see. Now, we do have this. what was this architectural feature called? Sage helped me out with it. Byzantine Dome, I think, is what it is. Where it's kind of like a little mini tower. I've just blocked in the top, but I think we can smooth out these curves a little bit with stairs and slabs. The same thing with the roof itself. I just built it in with blocks, but maybe we can smooth it out with stairs and slabs a little bit once we get most of the main features into place here. And let's pull on back a little bit. Hey there, Mushies. On the Mushroom Island Central Wildlife Preserve. Right there. So the whole point is to finish up this upper level of the Chamber of Commerce and just finish up the Chamber of Commerce itself and get that into place. And then to transfer our long-suffering villagers from down in their retention boxes down here. They've been down here forever. And then to move them up into their penthouse suite in the sky that they so greatly deserve. And what's cool about the Happy Ghast is we can just put them in the boats now and we can just airlift them right up here, which will be a lot of fun. So we should be ready to do that fairly soon. We have to smooth out the outside features here, like I said. We have to put in some lighting, so yeah, those are definitely temporary. Please, people, please. Those are temporary. Plus, on the inside, I've done some temporary lighting, too. But that's on what we are working. Once I have these removed and moved up into their, I was going to say final resting place? No. Their penthouse suite in the sky. I think the next thing I might work on here, I've got two things in mind. Mob Farm. Mob Farm needs to be moved and upgraded. And then the other thing I would like to do is the Iron Farm. Yeah, I would like to remodel the Iron Farm. In fact, so we can get away from the Chamber of Commerce here for a little bit. Let's park on the other side around. There's a couple of things to touch up. One of the things I would like to do is to finish up these areas here. A very cool thing to do would be to make a waterfront area here with docks and a ship. That would be super cool. Over here, I'm leaving this be over here because this is supposed to be my shopping district. And even though we don't really need shops as far as trade and commerce and stuff like that here on this has become essentially a single player world. I would like to set this up with a whole bunch of very silly little shops. I think that would be really cool. But I would like to change this into a waterfront area with docks and a ship here. You know, maybe I could convince a certain supernova relic to come in here and build a ship. That would be really cool. Here we would have a suspension bridge of the Shut Mountain variety right here, connecting this island to those islands over there. And then there's some finishing touches over here on the Guardian Farm that will need to be completed. The AFK area will need to be done. We have a better block palette now. We can approximate an Elder Guardian up there. If not, I'm just going to do it with just regular blocks. And then, you know, this whole staging area with some sort of bridge and something over here would be really cool. But those are some of the plans that I've been working on. I know I make progress on this world very slowly. I really only work on it once every other week. I think once Kachi takes over his stream, which will be the year, will it be in 2027? Yeah, it will. That'll be next year. Kachi will take over his stream. Um, then I will probably split up Generations, the Gen 5 Survival World stream, and the Generations Baby Zombie Rush streams. Maybe. We'll see. And so Kachi Time will be taken over by Kachi. He'll stream that whenever he wants. And maybe the Sunday stream, maybe I'll break these. Because right now I'm switching off the Generation streams. One Wednesday I will work here in the Gen 5 Survival, and then the following Wednesday, the off Wednesdays, I'll work on Baby Zombie Rush. Maybe I'll switch that up. So Wednesdays will be Gen 5 Survival, and Sundays will be Baby Zombie Rush. We'll see how that works out. Boy, you know what? I've never really paused to, like, just glide past this now and catch the Chamber of Commerce with the hotel behind us. Looks really cool. I'm going to have to tweak some server settings. I've been avoiding doing that, but I really need to like make entities render in from further back so I can catch the banner title on the, there we go, the Counterplace Hotel. And we can get some of the Guardian Farm to render in. All right. Some cool stuff like that. Yeah, you can see all these banners here that are a key decorative features of the hotel. The moment I back out into the harbor there, those de-render, if that's the word for that. I think it is. All right, let's park our friend here. There we go. Let's do that. And, oop, nope, not yet. Not yet, buddy. Yeah, see, if I don't close that first. Yeah, let's try this again. Usually I can just pull right into here and then there. It's like, why won't that close? There we go. And now he's parked in there. And now you can see his completely silly face from out here. Hey there, dude. What's happening? And I like to leave this window open for him. Hey there, buddy. There we go. Let's do the sleeping thing. Done and done. And then I'll tell you what, I'm going to run out very, very quickly and go fetch my coffee, which should be ready by right now. So I'm going to do a very, very, I'm going to do a very, very quick be right back. And there we are. We're back. Done and done. Okay. What I wanted to do was very quickly fly off in this direction because we were talking about moving the iron farm. And I'm thinking we move the iron farm over to this set of islands right here. I think this would be a beautiful place to build the iron farm itself, and then the iron trading hall. So those villagers that trade iron would be set up right in here. Now, originally, I wanted to put the iron farm within the spawn chunks so they're always loaded, and so it's always producing iron. But you know what? It's produced so much more iron than I would ever really need here on the server for a single player server. That's not really necessary. I mean, I even had a chunk loader on it. I had Luck May Have It come over here and put in a chunk loader. But you can see we have so very much iron here. Way more than a single player world would ever possibly need. In fact, I don't even know if this is running anymore. I don't think it is. Because I shut it off. So what I've done is you can see where I've made this tower here, and you can see the Mabo is down there below the eye line of the villagers and stuff, so they can't see each other. When I hit this and I push this block up, then he starts bobbing up and down, and the farm will start working. That's the idea. So I really don't need the farm working right now. I've got more than enough iron, as you've seen down there. So yeah, that's all set. But the idea is to move this farm out here to the to this island here, the iron farm, and we'll make this island out here serve that purpose. And as we're flying out and around here throughout the archipelago here, these different little islands will have different functions, right? Each will have like a little farm or trading area or something here on each one of these. And you know what? If this were a multiplayer world and I was on here with somebody else, this island here would make an excellent base. It would be so cool. So we might do something here. I'm not entirely sure. But you can see some of these partially submerged islands here can be raised up. That's what I did in the case of the apiary isle around here. Let's head out past this way. It's so strange spending so much time on Buffooncraft Season 6 and the Buffoon Sky server. It seems weird to be flitting about with the Elytra and the rockets. But you can see where I modified this islet into the apiary island. And this is one of my favorite builds on the server. This came out so good. I took what I learned from Nova and Nebula and the other buffoons here and to build up this bee farm, this honey farm out here on this island. It's just, and these are just the top chests. Most of the storage is down here below. I haven't been running it lately because honestly I haven't needed it, but this took quite a while to build, but I'm so happy with the way that this came out. But somewhere around here, I don't think I'm going to use an island for it. I might make it its own structure just right in the sea. But the mob farm will be moved out here. Then we have this whole beach area. I attempted to work on this at one time, but I kind of stalled on it. But now I think I know what I want to do. I think I know how to do this kind of shoreline now, and I didn't really know how to do that before. But those are some of the longer range plans for this. Am I going to make this? No, I'm not. All right, let's do this right. Done. Okay, so I was doing this. And let me think, do I have any of the stairs? No, I don't. That's probably why I ended the stream there last time. Let's get over here. Let's do this. I said something about copper stairs earlier. We're going to try some of that. Here we go. We're getting a little bit more here. I don't think I need quite this many rockets. I think I'm okay. Let us... Let's do a little something like that. Basic kit. Keep one in the inventory like that. And then, let me see, we're box O rockets right here, man, right here. You know what I'm saying? So mostly flight duration ones. Yeah, there we go. I could do something like that. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Help manage the inventory a little bit here. A little bit. So we had a pretty good St. Patrick's Day yesterday. It's just the timing of it. It's on a Tuesday, and that's really difficult for us schedule-wise. Kachi has school all day long, and then he has conservatory, and then he has orchestra at night. Biggity didn't. His flight was delayed. He didn't wind up flying in until almost midnight, so he missed all of it, really. So I usually cook up some food. I like to have some music. I wasn't able to do any music because my musicians weren't there. So it was, once more, in Southern California, quite a lonely St. Patrick's Day. I'm sort of used to it by now, but yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, we were looking for some polished and non-polished. Is it nighttime again already? Wow, I can tell I'm floundering on the stream because night comes on so rapidly, so frequently. That means I'm going very slow in the stream. And I would like to make some progress today. That would be refreshing. Although the last couple of streams have been pretty productive. I was doing something like this. And then maybe like that. Okay. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, we need to finish up right there. Yeah, there's my buddy. Yeah, we're gonna need to do something about that. Again, let us set that right about there. Put that one in. And then we can do... No. Hands, calm down. And I said we had to do something about that. That's not what I meant. Okay, so I was thinking something like this. I'm not sure about that being like that. But I was thinking, yeah, and I know, somebody grab a fire extinguisher. I was thinking maybe something like this. Not entirely sure. Let's flip it around and let's see what it looks like from the other angle. Like if I do that. I mean, the outside's going to stay the same, so I think this is an okay feature. You know what else might look good? And this is going to be strange. But strange usually makes really good results. Usually. I was thinking... Oh yeah, I can't fit anything else into my inventory. All right, fine, whatever. A little bit of moderation to do. Bye-bye. Other side over here, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Where are the Kubrick bits? Let's load this stuff back in over there. The woody bits over here. Come on. Where are they? Are they in a chest? Yeah, I guess they are. Okay, let's do that. Kubrick bits right there. Okay, I was thinking, where did my brain go? I was thinking, yeah, maybe wall units? And I don't think that the polished diorite has wall units. I think not. I think not. Let's refresh our memory, shall we? Like this. And then if I go like this. Yeah, see, no wall units for the polished. Arc! So it's the unpolished. I borrowed your trading hall. In Skies, I assume. And that's fine. OPG, anytime, man. We're good neighbors. Okay, so I was thinking something like that. But you know what might be better than that? Is using the tough. Trying to pull in those tough blocks. So the tough blocks might be better for that. Let's try that. Bastion face plant sleep. Wow, I haven't done one of those in ages. All right, I have to wait till nightfall for that. So the next nightfall, remind me. Don't let me forget that. So we have the tough brick wall and a polished tough wall to choose from. From which to choose. So we can pull off 2 of these. Let's see. We could do something like this. I mean, we do have that. And then I want to put some decorative block here for that terminal block, which might be a piece of the polished. Maybe not. We'll see. But I'm thinking something like that. But you know what? I'm thinking the polished tough brick wall is going to be better. Yeah, maybe these because it'll give it a little bit more. Huh? No, no, no. No, no, no. Like, 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 like. What the? What is going on? That's what I'm trying to do. What the heck, hands? Please. So, it's because we have these features here, maybe that feature will kind of tie those ones in. I mean, I like that better already. Yeah, we're going with that. We are absolutely going with that. Okay, let's do that. Now, I'm not so certain about those, but I don't know. It kind of ties it in, right? But maybe I'll use a block there for those. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's try it out. So let's get some more of those wall units. And they're all down in here, I think, right? We could just craft those directly from a stack like that now because we have the stone cutter. You know what I'm saying? And we got to make sure that we get tough brick wall. Those are the ones that we want. You know what I'm saying, people? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, you know, I think that's good. That's good. Okay. Let's set up the... it's good for now. Maybe I'll think of something better later, but for right now, this will do. This will definitely do. Oh, we're going to have to do something about those. And then we're going to have to move our friend here. Now, let's get a couple of those blocks. Not here. Over here. Yeah, let's get some diorite. No, I'm just trying to eat here. That's all I'm trying to do. Not trying to go wacky with a door. The door slamming jamboree. Okay, yeah, that's... yeah, I like that. I especially like the angled view where you get the depth on it. I think that's cool. I am kind of thinking, though, that we have a block here or a stair wrapping around. Or maybe like this, we have a slab. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain there. We'll have to see what happens. Meaning I'm not ready to make a decision on that yet. All right. Let's move you over into this parking space right here, my friend. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, he's in there. He's fine. Let us do that. Let's do that. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's good. Okay, time for OPG's Redeem. All right, so where to set up? How about we come in over the water here and we see if we can nail this right here. All right, now we have to make absolutely certain that the sun is all the way down because I haven't done this in quite some time, so. All right, there we go. That should do it. All right, let's see if I can nail this. I usually give viewers 3 tries at this. I should be able to nail this the first try. Come on, Thunder. Come on. You can do that. Okay, there's our target. Pop. Yes! Nailed it. That is my Bastion faceplant sleep. Named after one of our former, my nephew's friends, actually, who used to play on the server. Because he used to faceplant a lot and die. So we named a Redeem after him. Good guy. Good guy. I liked him. All right. Let's see. Let's get back up here. We'll get back to work. We'll check these out. Make sure that they're all set. Okay, those features are complete. Looks like it's okay over there and there. And then here and here, which is cool because these little end pieces were bothering me for the longest time. And it's cool now that they're wrapped up. It gives me closure, you know what I mean? Closure, people. Sit up in my chair here, too. Hey there, how's it going? It's been a while. 21 Marloon. How you been? Okay, so we're finishing up these end features. I really like this a lot. I think this is going to do the thing for us. Mutual. Feelings mutual. How's things over there in Deutschland? Is this your own server? Yeah. So I play on a couple of different servers. This is my single player world server. I do this one every Wednesday. And I have 2 maps on this server I play. I play this one, which is currently right now at 1.21.6 survival. And then the alternating Wednesdays, I do the Baby Zombie Rush minigame. Not so mini minigame. Also private server. And then on Fridays, I stream with the Buffooncraft SMP crew, one of which should be up there in the chat, One Player Gamer. And that's a private server, but it's an SMP. Weather is so bad, but today was a very sunny day. Nice that you got a break. I have a few friends who are in that area in the center of the continent there. I have some friends from Switzerland and a little bit over more towards the coast, like Netherlands and stuff, so. Okay, yeah, so we finished up these end features of the hangar here. Those came out pretty good. I like those. So the bottom level, the accent block is basalt, and then the top level, the accent block is going to be the tuft. The tuff. Right, and it kind of differentiates them. They're close enough where I think it's a good enough transition. But at the same time, it distinguishes the top part from the bottom part a little bit. Enough so. But I really like this block palette. I like the idea of the basalt against the white, and then the emeralds for the touches, with the black stained glass for the windows, for the glass. I think that's really cool. But, you know, if you know much about Minecraft, know enough about Minecraft, you can tell pretty much at which stages things were built, how long ago they were built. Like, these blocks are now available, you know, but they weren't back then. So this part is the older part of the structure, right? So, Switzerland's a very nice country. My mom calls me for dinner. Have a nice stream. I hope we can see. Very nice builds. Thank you. Anytime you can drop in, man, that's always appreciated. But remember, you can always see the VODs too, right? The VODs are up on Twitch for 14 days, but they're always downloaded to our YouTube channel. And you can see all the VODs of every stream we've ever done. Right there. But have a nice evening. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, so now I've changed the block palette up a little bit up here at the top to get some of the oak trapdoors, the oak doors, and then the oak trapdoors, the dark oak ones, just to try to tie things in with some of the wood accent features down below, right? To try to carry that kind of look and integrate it up into here. I wasn't entirely sure about using the warped for the landing pads here, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep those for now. So what can we work on next? I know these lights look very, very janky here. These temporary lights, but I don't think I'm ready to put in lighting yet. I think what I would like to work on now would be these interior dirt walls and get those out of here. Make some decisions about those. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to do this. Park here, off to the side, and close. Okay, that's what I want to do. All right. Yeah, so we have the size and the shape of the walls that we want here, and they're basic shapes and stuff. I think this is good. What we need to do now is interior block palette. And we have a couple of different ways we can go. A very obvious thing to do would be to carry this diorite from the outside, this white block palette from the outside, to bring it on in for the inside. It would certainly help brighten things up, and you can see we have it up there on the interior of the Byzantine dome up there. But I don't know. I think that's probably a little too much. The other thing is we can go down through these interiors. And you can see these interiors are basically basalt and jungle wood with the stone, right? So these are mostly jungle wood with the basalt and stone accents. Right, and this level isn't finished, but these levels are finished. Now here I was using sea lanterns for the lighting. It's good enough, but I think we can do a little better than that up above. But the different levels are color-coded to help with the different trades, right? So the librarian trades are white and then red. The cleric trade is purple. So same block palette, but they have purple accents here and stuff. It just makes identifying them as you're shooting up past through the bubble column, the glass and whatnot. It just makes it a little quicker. The farmer yellow level down here, same block palette, but with the yellow accents, right? Helps designate, and this is of course street level too. So yeah, I can't believe that I didn't put an incinerator on this. It's like, really, Thunder? What the heck, dude? So we do have those options now. It might be a little much because we also have the floor is already jungle wood. So the thing that's going to help us out with that is accents to help split up the surfaces. So making column-like features here to frame these sections in. Doing things like that. Loving the build. Thank you, sir. OPG, by the way, is the master of this kind of stuff. He really is. He's my neighbor over there in Season 6, in the Buffooncraft Season 6 server. So it's cool to be able to look northward across the water and see that awesome place he's built there. Oh, come on. So yeah, we have this setup here. I think I know what the interior is going to look like here. I think we're going to replicate this kind of thing here. But we'll use double doors. I have the buffoons to thank. Well, that is the cool thing about Buffooncraft, though, right? I mean, we have so many of the buffoons to draw from as far as inspiration. Like, I'm fairly certain that OPG is about to learn a lot more. Is about to learn a lot more about iron farms than he ever has, than he ever wanted to. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do something like this up there to emulate that. Or we might do the double doors with just the two dark oak trapdoors at the top. So we'll see about that. So I'm thinking, let's use some tuff right now, and we will sketch in some columns and things like that. We'll work on one first, and we'll see what we can do with that. So let's dump off some blocks. Yeah, there we go. Let's dump off some blocks. Oh, did I leave my bed downstairs? I think I did. Fuck! Thunder! You forgetful, absent-minded old man, you. There we go. I'm sorry, that was probably nauseating with the motion sickness there, but that was a Flight 1 duration rocket too, so. Let's see. We were going to use tuff for the accents, right? And you know what? We may continue this kind of palette here for these sides. Let's try it out. Let's see what it looks like. I always have to check the names of these. Chiseled tuff. All right. There we go. Wait till you see what I've done so far. Just saying, I need lights. And there's my son, number one son, Biggity Cheese. Home from university. So cool. So see, I don't know if this is a little too much for these. If I do these in this kind of fashion, it might be okay, but you can see where, I don't know, it might be a good tie-in like that. It might be a little too much though. But if I did the same thing over here now, now I'm thinking it's way too much. Maybe not though. And then just kind of framing in the sides like this. And then I'm thinking the jungle wood right there might be cool. Also, can I borrow the tripod really quick? Yes, of course, Biggity. In fact, I'm about to break for ads right now, Biggity. So if you can wait about 2 minutes, I'll do my 3-minute ad break and I'll bring the tripod out to you. All right? I think Biggity's going up to the park to go shoot some basketball TikTok shorts. I don't know. Those aren't that bad. I think they're okay because you can't really see too much of these from the outside. So I think they'll be good. Let's go with it. And then if it's just too much of an eyesore later as we put in more features, we'll just swap them out. Yeah, we're going to need more, huh? Chiseled. Nope, wrong kind. See, this is why I have to keep checking the names of these. This is just chiseled tough, not chiseled tough bricks. Okay, got it. Ugh. And so when we make this stuff in the stone cutter, yeah, it's just straight chiseled tough. Okay. Yes, no problem. Thanks, bye. Anytime, son. And then Boa Cars, welcome on in. You can see the auto shout out up there for Bo. The modded Minecraft man himself. How you doing today over there in South Carolina, sir? Okay, I'm digging this. If this stuff with the tough, sorry about the silly rhyme, doesn't work out, I am thinking we could use the dark oak around here like this, but then we have a width situation here, and so okay, and then of course we'll carry these features up into there. Don't know what I'm going to do with this, though. Maybe the Junglewood stairs. We'll see. Brain is officially mush. Got Gundam Mech cleaned up. Just need to pick block palette now. So when you get a chance, occasionally on the viewer showcase of the Thunderhand 64 _ gaming community Discord, Bo will post some of his builds over there, but you can also check it out on his own Discord too. He's got some really cool stuff there. As far as Brain being officially mush, I feel you there. Although I'm doing pretty good this morning, cognitively, so far. Knock on Junglewood. There. Okay, so we're good there. We're good there. Here and here. But we're at time to run some ads, so I'm going to do that. We will run about 3 minutes of ads, after which we will be right back. Hey there, and we're back. There we go. Alrighty, and as you can see out behind me there, it was a dark and stormy night. So let's do the sleeping thing. I think hey there, buddy. Welcome back. Thanks. So let me see. Bo was saying his Gundam build was 217 blocks tall, so just a little guy. Trying to think. That's probably about the same size as my Fomorian Sea Giant in the Season 6 server. Let's reset the playlist too while we're at it. All right, yeah, we were finishing up some of these features here. Okay, and again, I was thinking of putting some sort of stair units there. I'm not really sure. But upstairs, we're going to put these in place. One of the problems I have, though, is that's a ceiling feature right there. Right along there. So that's the actual shape of the roof. So I can't knock those blocks out and, for example, continue this border out and around there. Not quite like that. There is something else. Oh, there's something else I can do with that, though. It's going to look a little weird. I could do something like this. I'm not sure I'm going to go with this, though. But I don't think I have any of these blocks in my inventory. I don't. Ugh! Thunder! There we go. Oh, we've got more moderation to do. You might end up standing in the ocean a little. Ah! Similar. Great minds, they think alike. Okay, so, yeah, what I was thinking of. So if you can't replace these directly, sometimes you can just put them in... No, not those ones. These are ones here. Sometimes you could just put them in front to block them like this. No pun intended. And then you can bring it all the way around. But I'm not sure that that's gonna... maybe. Right? And then... this kind of thing around here. We could either put these in the front to continue the kind of depth there like that. I mean, it kind of adds to the depth and kind of continues that look around, you know. This is a little much, the bottom of these, so maybe some stairs, some stair units would also kind of help bring those in. Let's remove the dirt and let's have a look and see if we want to go with that or not. But those stair units also solve another problem. Or not another problem, but help define another feature. So I'm thinking something like that. That's not so bad. But let's make with those stair units. Now, those stair units can either... So what I'm thinking is the jungle wood on the sides. What I would really like to do is I would like to knock a window in the side of these. Yeah, even if it's only like that much. Or that much. Or if we did something. Something like that. Something like these, which I find a little less attractive. These would be the best. But here's the issue. I want this area to be kind of like a little living area for them. Like maybe like a kitchen with an oven and some cupboards and stuff. And that kind of thing, right? And these windows prevent that from happening. Maybe I can build around them. Maybe not. So you know what? Let's leave them in place for right now. And then we'll see what happens. Because I certainly don't like a big blank wall there, if I can help it. I mean, it instantly looks much, much better, but at the same time, it kind of limits me on some things. But that is of what I am thinking. The other thing I might do is, and this might be a little much. I like it better like that, the way it was. No. No. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I like that better. I'm going to stay with that. Again, I was thinking of putting the stair units there. I think I can make a decision about these right now. Let's try it. We'll grab some... We have some junglewood stairs right there. We should still have some oak doors. We have the trap doors. I don't see any oak doors, though. Jungle planks. Really? All right, let's fly down into the depot and go get some oak. That's on this side of the building. I wonder here. CH. No, it's probably trigger, right? Is it one of these toggle? Yeah, I probably don't have the data pack. I just wanted the coordinates up above my, like I usually have. Let me see. I was going to fly down into the depot to get some oak. And again, I'm going to go through my chest monsters here just to try to clean them out. There are some oak stairs with some trap doors. Stairs are not what I need. Doors I do need, though. So any oak planks, oak logs, or oak doors we'll grab while we're down here. Fence units? No. No thanks. Trapdoor. Really? Ladder in oak? I don't think so. Nothing there. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go over to here. Rails, fences. OPG coming in with the Ark. No. More stairs, but we don't really need stairs. Let's head on over to here. Into storage. At some point, I'm going to have to make up my mind about storage. What I'm going to do about that. Let's see what we have going here. Any oak? Any oak, people? One block of oak plank. And then we have this disgraceful chest monster here. Plenty of spruce, that's for certain. Thought that was a shulker. Let me see. Bookshelves, more oak stairs. With what was I building all of the oak stairs? Mushroom rock. No. Wow, am I gonna have? Well, there are the doors. I think we're gonna have more than enough doors here. 5. We have the slabs. Good here. Yeah, a good tree farm is going to be quite necessary here. In fact, I'm surprised I've gotten along without it for so long. Oak fence gate. Yeah. Some oak planks right there. Okay, I think that'll tie us over for right now. I think we're good. Oof. And touchdown. There we go. Such grace and poise. Let's do a little bit of snacking here. Do a little bit of sleeping. Okay, and again, I'm thinking like kind of like that situation. And then maybe this. We have that kind of setup. And then let's try this. Please, Thunder, please. And let's try the dark oak. I can remember where I put them. Oh, don't make me go downstairs for those, please. Oak. the jungle stairs, let's hang on to those for a bit. Really? I didn't bring enough of those up with me. Are you serious? Son of a beetroot. I thought I brought some of those up. I mean, not in this stream. I thought the last stream I did from here. Let's go back down and go get some. Hey, there's Smoltron Ball. Is that how to say that? I'm not a girl, but thanks. I think we might have a bot there. Just saying. Let's see. That's actually funny. Let's do this. So we're looking for the dark oak planks. In fact, just for the sake of comedy, if one of my moderators were on right now, I'd have them chase that down just to get the facts. But now... let's just do that. There we go. Dark oak. I don't really think I have a lot of dark oak, actually. I have some dark oak doors. But, slabs. But we need the trap doors, huh? Trying to think on what I used those last. Okay. No followers here. She got, yeah, that's a bot. I mean, anybody who's going to greet this with, hey, girl. It's like, wow. Y'all got some pretty hideous women where you come from. I'm just saying. Dark oak. Dark oak slabs. Trying to remember where on the server I've used dark oak last. Well, I mean, clearly it's up there, right? So, but I didn't bring any with me, so I must have used all I had. All right, well, here's the dark oak logs, slabs. Dark oak planks. Plenty of spruce stuff. I mean, I could bring that with me. That should be enough. I mean, if I already have some stuff crafted, though, I'd rather use that. Just to clear out the chest monsters, you know? That's why I take the time to do this. This is partially me doing inventory management at the same time, so... may not be the most exciting thing to watch, but, you know, it needs to be done. Let me see. Dark oak logs. Wow, I have plenty of dark oak logs. I mean, I have enough to do the job right now. I'm just cleaning up. Just tidying things up. Doing a little housekeeping. Dark oak slab. I think I'm good. Spruce. I think I'm good here. Okay, there's you know what? I'll bring a stack of those up with me. There's more of the doors. There are more planks. There's all the dark oak trapdoors. That's what I need. I'm gonna bring these up just in case I want to do some accents and stuff. But wow, I almost clipped into that. Ow, my face. Okay, so I was thinking either this, and I like this a lot. I'll tell you what. But the other option is this. So the other option is that, which is I kind of like the oak trapdoors. Not gonna lie. I like the way the oak pairs up with the tough chisel. I think that's what's selling it for me on those. I want to hang on to those. And I want to put this stuff up here. I said I want to hang on to those. Come on now. Brain, please. All right, let's do that. And where are the oak doors? They should still be over here, right? Come now. I haven't used all of those. Please. Right there. I thought so. In fact, let's do a little bit of sorting here. We can put most of the wood stuff over there. I guess it kind of ties those into, I suppose. There we go. A little something like that. Okay, I like that. Now, what I'm thinking of next is something like this, which might be a little too much. So I'm thinking of something like that. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Now, since I have this here, I'm thinking of using this to tie in around there too. That's the plan. So I'm thinking of this kind of thing here. Now let's get some more oak stairs and then some junglewood stairs. Little jungle boogie. Right there, we'll do that. Copper might be a good sub for that too. Let's do our sleeping thing here. All right. So I like that. I like that a lot, as a matter of fact. All right, next thing I want to try is the jungle wood stairs there to transition that. And then bringing these up to here. Or at least up to there. I don't know. Well, let's start laying down some blocks. All right, so this is of what I'm... Now, we do have a kind of gap thing there that we're dealing with. We might get around to that. Please go in my inventory. No? Get in my inventory. Right, the open doors. Which one are open? Yeah, I want to leave these open because then it makes it easier to find. I thought I made enough stairs. I guess I did not. Let us make more. That should tie us over for a little while. Take 2. So, I was thinking maybe we do that. And then we can do this sort of thing. Hook. Just thinking like that maybe. Well, let's tear this down. Let's hop down and have a butcher. No. That. Yes, thank you. Okay. Don't know about you, but I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. And I'm just thinking Junglewood. And maybe a single window on the side there. I'm not sure though, because those are the bed chambers, if you know what I mean. Let's go replace this with the Junglewood. Let's just sketch it out, see what it looks like. So, did I bring the Junglewood planks? Thunder! Please. Come on, man. Come on. Some Junglewood planks right there. Some Junglewood logs. Let's do that. That should be enough just for sketching. And then I'm thinking we come up here like this. I'm going to at least do that. Now here's the part I'm not so certain about. Should I carry these columns up to those 2 points? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'm going to say no for the moment. But to carry that column upward, not really sure. Let's put these in place first, and we'll hop down. We'll have a look. Looking better. You know, I kind of like the idea of this open here so I can see out there and there, but I'm not entirely sure. I think I should have a column post there and a column post there and then have a window on the side. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, I kind of like having this out open like this with the corner window sort of thing there, but he's a day late and $1 short, but there he is. Belated St. Patty's to you. The one and only Shut Mountain, everyone. So I was thinking maybe a secondary one right here on the side like that. And let's do something like this, because I can't see anything really being on this side of the wall. So you should be able to see Shut's auto shout out up there. Moderator of the stream, friend and fellow buffoon. I'm not late. You are. You weren't streaming for me to say it yesterday. If you insist, Shut. Sure. Oh, wow. You know, I really, really like this now. So we do have this. And you know what this gives us an opportunity for? Lighting, everyone. Lighting. So we can put some lighting feature right in there. I think would be really cool. I'm just going to go right ahead and continue this jungle wood right across there because it looks good. It's looking really good. So I'm going to do this. And like I was saying, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do that. Now I'm not entirely sure I should fill this in or not up here, because behind that should just be that. So you know what? Let's just put jungle wood here for right now. Oh, okay. But I already like where that's going. And you know what? Not just lighting, but plants. So maybe the glowberries from up there? Yeah, that's what we need there. That's what we need there. How am I doing stream-wise? I have 21 minutes, so there's plenty of time to act on that. I really like that. I really like it. So we'll do that for right now. We shall do that. That kind of blocks everything in up here. Again, I don't know if I'm going to fill in these kinds of spaces here and stuff. I can't really remove these because these are blocks for the ceiling, the roof on the outside. We can certainly put the jungle wood for the floor here. Maybe we'll do that. How's it going, though? What you're working on? Picking my brain, trying to figure out the iron farm inside it. OPG, I know I suggested you turn that hourglass into a iron farm. There is nothing more I would love to do than mess around with that. Really, that would look so cool. It's just I'm really driven to finish the bottom part of our base. I'm kind of behind on that, so I can't really let myself get distracted right now. But what I'm trying to do is I'm hoping we can finish up our base before the end, before week 6. So I can just spend the last week of Skies, just interacting with the buffoons and the lore and all that. It ain't that hard to do, really. No, it isn't. But for OPG to figure that out without having much Iron Farm experience, that's easy for us to say, but there are a lot of parameters to that. There's so many ways that can go wrong. The good thing about it is there's a lot of glass blocks, so you don't have to worry about the iron golems spawning on that. So you've got that working in your favor with that kind of design. I'm not telling them nothing. Shut. But that is such a cool Iron Farm idea, really. But like I posted in the chat, OPG, I think the best way to go about that is just to not even on the Sky server, but just on, if you have your single player world, or even in the Buffooncraft Season 6 world, just build a very simple, like, one module Iron Farm. You could just look at the one that Nova and I built, or the one that Shut built, and just copy that, and then look at one of those videos like the one that Nova posted with, how Iron Farms work, right? And then kind of just watch that, and then look at the farm you built and kind of compare them and say, oh, that's why they have that platform there. That's why the villagers are over there, and there's all those little details, right? Oh, look at this guy over here. I mean, struggling with it on your own is the best way to learn, because you remember it. There's something about the trauma that makes it stick. Math teacher will tell you that. But whereas we only have a 6-week season, it kind of makes that silly. Let me see. Where is all of the... I should have some glowberries in one of these somewhere. Lots of leaf blocks, and that's for certain. Sania. Got vines. The moss block, I do need that. There's so many things I need on this server, like tree farm, a moss farm. So when I build the mob farm, placing it will be kind of strategic. I'm going to want the moss farm to be close to it, so I can feed it with a bone meal. I mean, if you build the moss farm right, it produces its own bone meal, but it's not a one-to-one rate, so... Speaking of leftovers, St. Patrick's Day was always a little bit sad as usual here in SoCal, because there's just no culture for it here. It's always a lonely St. Pat's, but we do have a house full of awesome food right now. We do have that. So where have I put all of my blueberries? I mean, I can use some bone meal and go steal some from the, drip leaves. Something I haven't used enough. I could always go steal some from the hotel, which is what I'm going to wind up doing, pretty sure. Here we go. Here's some more. Okay, we're good. Let's go get some Bodhi bits. Should have plenty of bones up there in our janky little mob farm. This thing kicks so much, but it's so funny. But it hasn't lately because I haven't been AFKing it. Ow! My face. There we go. And I do need a couple of more moss blocks. And I might have some. I don't feel like going through all the chests, though. We'll go make some. Right now, though, we need to do some sleeping. Oh, you know what? I can just do this. Hold on. Let's get the sleeping out of the way first. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll send it to you. It's not hard. It's very easy to make, but it's super, super delicious. All right, let's get down to a stone layer. Oh, well, we're probably already at a stone layer. That's right. I forgot where I was there for a moment. What I can do is just go down one of these corridors here. Basically, I just need a bunch of stone to set the moss on so I can bone meal it and... Like that, maybe? There we go. And then I'll need a hole, which I can get right over here. Right? Yeah. Tools too. Yeah, shut. If you want, I'll either post that in the forums or I'll just DM it directly over to you. Now, I let that stew for about 5 hours, but you know what? That wasn't it. You know, my stew meat was some pretty cheap meat. So even after 5 hours of stewing in the crock pot, it was still pretty tough. Let me see. This is generations, so my tools 1 and tools 2 are reversed from what they are in... there we go. I mean, it tasted good. It's just the beef, because it was cheap, was kind of chewy. A little bit. Usually if I get it stewing before noontime, then I'm good. Yeah, that's usually my... And then I just let it go for about... like 4 hours is usually enough. But sometimes you get some really cheap stew beef. Like I did this time. And so it was still kind of tough. So it's what I normally do when I have the time is to start it overnight. And I just let it stew all night long. I just put it on really low heat, let it stew all night long. And then even the cheapest meat, you know, softens up a lot. All right, so I'm thinking something like that. And then if I do that, I'm not sure. Well, why not bring it all the way down, right? Let's do that. And then we can put one of the decorative clay pots down at the bottom there. Go get enough here to stock the inventory. There we go. Huh. Okay, that's better. I was going to say, what is going on? We need about that much. And then we can put... Now, we could do glowberries all the way down, but you know what? Let's speckle them in there just to break things up a little bit. Let's do something like this, where we'll like this. And let's not do the glowberries on every section. Something like that. That's good. That breaks it up a little bit, right? That'll also help with the lighting. So maybe I won't have to do those for the lighting. And then we could put one of those clay pots right there. Now we'll get the decorative clay pots later. I don't know. Is that a little too much? Again, we'll do a side-by-side comparison. But I might have some clay pots for that. Because I think I have some. Do I have some over here in the hotel? I think I do. Maybe in the lobby. Quick, everybody put your phones away. The owner's here. Can never go wrong with low and slow. Stews are better after going 8 hours. Yeah, that's what I think. Recipe says like 4 hours, but I always try to go longer than that whenever I can. You know what? We may have to craft those. So, oh, but we need the shards and stuff, I think, right? I mean, I could use the composters like I did here. I thought I used the decorative clay pots there, but I didn't. And oh, but you know where I did use those? I did use those over at the apiary aisle, so I probably have some down in here. Oh, I'm holding the carrot. Sorry, dude. Do you have to crap out the egg? I mean, I know that's your existence, but... Kachi's chickens. Let's see. The clay pot or even a full composter. Yeah, composter, I think that area is a little crowded, so even if I can just shave off a couple of pixels, the better. How am I doing for time here? Ooh, I'm running out of time. I want to get at least one of these established. Yeah, in a big open area like I have in the hotel lobby, I don't mind using the composters, as you've seen. But up there in the penthouse suite in the sky, dude, you know what? I tell you, as a storage facility goes, this is the best slime farm I've ever built. Let's see. I should still have some clay pot stuff left over from the apiary aisle. Should be in here. I mean, we do have some clay bricks right there. Charles. 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 It's a private joke between Nebula and myself there. Let's see. I thought I had some of those decorative clay pots. If not, I may let the stream run over a little bit to go fetch some, because I know where I can get some. I think I do. Let's try the apiary aisle itself right off the bat. They might be in a chest or something over there, but I don't think so. I think I removed all that stuff. Because I went a-questing for those. Yeah, let's fly directly over there and we'll have a look. I never get tired of flying over there anyway. It's such a cool build. Which side of the island? It's over here. This came out so nice. So you can see where I used them here. So I'm thinking I have some extra stuff. Right? So usually I keep some chests with my overflow stuff in here. In case I need to make repairs or something like that, but evidently not. Ark! Thunder, please. What did you do with that stuff? I really don't have time to go questing for that stuff. That's for certain. If I went and built on here a little more frequently, I'd know where that stuff is. I don't often get to admire this place from afar like this. This is really cool. By the way, speaking of Shut Mountain, got a Shut Mountain style bridge that needs to go in right there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The Supernova Relic ship in the harbor here. But where would I have put that stuff? Because I don't believe I have any of those over here, and I think this storage area is just too old for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say there. What am I overlooking here? I just don't think I have any of that stuff laying around. Any of the shads or anything like that. And that's, you know what, that's disappointing because I really wanted to see what that looked like. I mean, I could always use cauldrons there too, but I really want to use those decorative clay pots. Ugh. Maybe you should consider planning out your streams, Thunder. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe someday. Maybe one of these days. Yeah, because we're at the end of the stream now. I don't think I brought any of that stuff up with me. Because I'm not seeing it. A lot of copper. All right, well... I have to admit, though, I am really, really digging that. I like that a lot. Let's sleep. I'm going to slap in the jungle wood right here, and then I'm going to call it. Let's see. I should have some greenery in here somewhere. Let's put the greenery in here. Like that. We don't really need the slime balls, really. Put the woody bits back over into there. right. Where's the greenery again? That's over here. We'll put the bone meal in there. We'll clear this out like that. Good. Go right in there. Cool. And dump this in here for right now. Ok. And really, where did the double chest come from? We can do that. Some more junglewood planks right here. This might not be enough to do this. Okay, like that. And then across the top like this. That, and then maybe right here. Like that. I kind of like that. I'd like it a lot better if I had that decorative clay pot right there, but... And you know what? Let's trim off these lights for right now. There we go. It's a little dimmer, but it'll be brighter when those are all put in here in this intersection. Yeah. And we could probably even get rid of that. Light levels look good. I think. Maybe that would make a pretty good thumbnail right there, maybe. Let's angle it up a little bit right there. I like it. Right there. Okay, let's see if there's anybody to whom we can raid out to right now. Check the phone here. You know, I haven't raided Cheska in ages, and I miss her because she has not been on Buffooncraft lately, so let's go raid Cheska. Let's go do that. And well, let's log out, and then we can switch to the camp scene. That way I can save you the sound of all of those villagers. Save you from that. There we go. A little bit off to the side. Okay. So there up above in the chat, you can see the raid message. You can copy and paste that into the chat if you would like to join us along on this raid to Cheska's Genie with her weird new spelling. Let's set up the raid itself. Now I have to look at this carefully now because I think it's like that. Yep. DBE. Like this. And that should do it. Okay, looks like it's going to go through. All right, family-friendly viewers, I'd just like to remind you that Cheska's stream is intended for mature audiences. There's some language and shenanigans and stuff, but she is super cool. She's a buffoon, and we have a lot of shared audience, so chances are you'll see somebody over there that you know. Just remember that we do this generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be on Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that will be Buffooncraft SMP Season 6 for that. And then the stream after that should be Kachi time from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And just remember, Kachi has all new overlays and stuff. I guess Stream Elements decided to nuke the other ones and to force Kachi to update his overlays, but he did it, and they look super cool and stuff. So please go check that out. And Biggity might join us in on that stream. It might be another Half-Life stream or a spooky game stream with the three of us playing characters. I don't know what Kachi wants to do yet. We'll have to figure that out. Thank you for dropping by, everybody. It's always very cool to see you guys. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you happen to be. And we are raiding out to Cheska right now. Bye for now, everyone.